Hello and welcome back, children of the Hag Witch. It is Heir of Stanky Face here, and we are going to be continuing the Mother Ostankya campaign. Appreciate you all joining me. It's release day by the time you're watching this now. Also, the embargo dropped on the 29th for my ability to review the game. I don't do game reviews. However, if you go over to my Changeling episode that I just released, it's Changeling episode 5. Within about the first 10 minutes of that, I give you my thoughts. So if you're like, well, what do you think of it, Heir? If you go and watch that, it's got my thoughts in it. If you don't want to hear it, I'm not going to repeat it here. So if you do want to go see it, go check out the first 10 minutes or so of that, and I cover my thoughts on it. In any case, yeah, so if you all wanted it, I don't really do game reviews because I don't have time. And I also just, I'll explain it more in that video, but yeah, I don't really like game reviews. If people make them, it's fine. I don't hold any grudge against them or anything. It's not like a dwarf thing here, but at the same time, I don't really look to game reviews because they're quite subjective. There are objective things about certain ones, but a lot of it's subjective, and so that's why I just don't spend much time with it, either watch or consuming it or pushing it to you all. But in any case, and plus there's other people who make game reviews. I want to say Great Book of Grudges said that he'd put 100 hours in on it when he made his review. I'm sure there's other people that made reviews, so there's going to be good reviews out there, ones that I wouldn't really be able to beat anyway. So if that is the kind of thing you do want, I'll go ahead, not to say that there aren't other people, but I'll go ahead and recommend just, hey, go over and check out the Great Book of Grudges review. He spends a lot of time on this stuff, very passionate about it, so if you are going to watch a game review, I'm sure that he's done a good job on it. So in any case, let's go ahead and take a look here. So we got Morathi on the ropes. We're going to need to continue to destroy her forces. We've got a decent bit of spirit essence. We're recharging some of these. I was trying to remember. The Coven's curse mark is the next hex, and it says Coven's curse mark. We need to go fight the battle for it. That's right. Okay. So we got to replenish just a little more and then go fight the battle for the Coven's curse mark. So let's go ahead and come down here a little bit. We will teleport to that on the next turn. I do have some cash. Let's see if we can spend it. We cannot at the moment, so there's no buildings. There's really not any recruiting to be done at the moment. We filled ourselves out with the units we have, so let's just go ahead and... I think I forgot to make a trinket in there. Or a blessing curse, whatever it calls it. But let me get to some of your comments while I'm in here as we go through these turn-ins. Mustafa says, I really like your videos, but if you need a break for yourself, then by all means go for it. Maybe less content, maybe pre-recorded, but if entertaining your audience is such a burden to you, that's not a great thing anymore. No, so I think maybe you misunderstood me, Mustafa, which is totally fine. I'm not saying that, did something wrong or, hey, pay attention. No, definitely not going down that road. So, no, it's not a burden for me to make the videos. Not at all. I enjoy making the videos. Are there nights where I'm tired because, I didn't sleep long enough and, maybe I didn't exercise well, stuff like that, and so it leaves me tired? Yeah, absolutely. There's nights where I'm tired and occasionally be like, man, I don't know if I want to get up and go record. And you all might notice occasionally there's days where I don't record. Like the last couple of days, and that's pretty much what I'm doing at those points. It's where I've gotten myself all worn out, or I didn't get enough time with my boys in that day, so I go ahead and just take a day off, and I'll take a day off recording, make up for it, and then jump back in. So don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not burned out on recording and that, and I don't let it get me in a position where I'm frustrated or mad or anything. In fact, I was really enjoying cranking out a ton of videos in the lead up to this launch. It kind of reminds me of the good old days when I was able to do that all the time quite consistently. So it made me feel good, made me feel accomplished, actually. Alan says, Heir, quit being salty, good vibes only. Haha, your big mug is okay, don't feel bad about it. I don't know where the ugly mug joke came up. I'm probably the one who just mentioned it kind of for fun and passing, and I think it's kind of something that just stuck around as a fun thing. Let's see, Abhin, it's way too much. I'm just going to say Abhin says, any plans to dedicate a video to the whole CA mess? I did address it in my kind of partial, I'd say it's my thoughts on the DLC, so if you go over to that Changeling Part 5 episode that I just released, and go check that out, in the first 10 minutes of it, I kind of talked through my thoughts on the DLC. Part of it is just me talking through the content of the DLC, but then I address the mess that CA made. during that too. But yeah, so go check that out, and then I won't have to, not because I don't want to tell you here, but then so I don't have to repeat it here too. And if someone watches both videos, they end up having to listen to me explain it twice. But yeah, go check that out. I do talk through it there. Good question, and yes, I think it's something that does need to be addressed. And I know that a lot of my peers did address it directly to CA. In fact, I was going to, give them some feedback over on our creator Discord in a helpful way. I was going to give them some feedback. But at the same time, they already did, and they gave it really point blank, and they gave them a lot of it before I ever even had a chance to. So trust me, CA knows how we feel about the way they handled it, and they know how you all feel if you were upset about it, right? And because that was the feedback that all of my peers as content creators gave back to CA, was very frustrated and upset at the way that they handled the situation. So if that's the way you feel about it, trust me, they got the message loud and clear from all the other creators. Whether they do anything with it, it's up to them. I'll have to say this, I know that the community team that I work with, for instance, through the partner program with CA, is headed by some really fantastic folks. Josh and Nathan do the work with that, and they are great. They have expanded that stuff. They work really hard to put assets in our hand to get us reviews, copies of everything, and make schedules to help try and make it easier for us, and they're constantly taking feedback and changing. Those guys do an absolutely phenomenal job with the creator program and working with the community. So in that respect, CA bats it out of the park. They're great. That PR stuff, though, was bad. And I think that they made a few mistakes in the launching of this game, timing and stuff like that, too. And so there's definitely other things that we would love to help them improve on, and hopefully they take it that way in terms of feedback. There may be people out there who are pulling for them to fail because they think, someone else will come and create a competitor game that'll be better. And sometimes that happens in life. That's the way it goes. But that's not what I want. I want them to succeed. And so I love it when Total War games succeed, and that's what I would prefer to happen here. So I hope that they're able to take our feedback and put it to good use, Anyway, let's go ahead and fight the Coven Curse Mark battle here. This one should be fun. It's going to be a lot of Skaven involved. Got this whiff of Menace. Let's put that on the Plague Monks. That'll actually be a really nice debuff to those Plague Monks. It won't do much to the Mortars. Mortars are very dangerous. We're going to need to get rid of those quickly. And then... let's see. I mean, it does hurt leadership, so that might be a good way to help route that catapult faster, and the mortars, I guess. Whoa, we got more plague monks over here too. Which one's the plague monks, and then plague monk sensor bearers? Yeah, so more plague monks. So I'll go ahead and debuff those plague monks. Let's go ahead and head into the combat here and see what we can get into. But yeah, anyway, there you go. I actually kind of addressed it again there. We all can't quit talking about it. Let's see. Let's get to a few more comments. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the comments on the wrong video too, because I was like, man, these comments look familiar because I just recorded the Changeling. It's because you didn't leave the Changeling video, Air. Let me go back over to the Mother Ostankya thing here.
Hello.
So
welcome back
let's
to the channel.
see here. You all probably heard me talking there a second as I was starting it up too, so that's Air Inception. But this was a really cool comment that came from the Greenful. He said, not commented before, but was inspired by your recent video talking about taking a break and why you make videos. I first found your videos in my teens with your Greek cities campaign, man. That is, yeah, he says about 13 years ago. That was a long time ago. It was a lot of fun. Oh man, that has been a long time. Thanks for all the years. He says, you helped foster a love of history that led me to complete a history degree, and now I teach history in secondary school. Man, that is fantastic. What a cool story. And, congrats to Greenful here for, taking something that you love and, going and teaching it. It's cool when people have a passion for something like that and then they go use it to teach other people. I had some good teachers in high school. They were actually a husband and wife pair that taught different classes. One of them taught like geography and world history, and then the other one taught our like biology, human anatomy, like all that kind of stuff. And man, they were great. They just, they were really good teachers. They cared about the kids, you could tell. And they were fun, but they were also very serious about the work they did, and they took pride in their work. It's just really great. It was good. So I'm glad to hear that, people like yourself find something that they're passionate about and, go help share it with other people. And in a way, the videos are kind of like that, right? That's always what I'd kind of hoped the videos would be. It'd be showing people fun games that I enjoy, and maybe they get to go enjoy it, right? And the whole reason I got into that was from watching Prince of Macedon make videos on it, and I've always really liked, you know, just the videos that he made, and they were definitely a huge inspiration for me. All right, so we got to get rid of that artillery. We're gonna have problems if we don't, so I'm gonna run around the enemy, get to those mortars and other stuff. They're gonna hurt us very badly. But we're already under some heavy fire here. I'm actually... Yeah, I'll let the Akshina ambushers go ahead and move up, but I'm going to go ahead and start rolling the spiders. I'm going to keep a couple of them back here to help, because we got units coming in from behind us, too, by the way. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go get that artillery, because it is definitely putting way too much damage on us. Do a little bit of magic work here. Alright, so we got the Skaven well under control up front. My things in the woods should be able to help silence these units pretty quickly. There's Nurgle reinforcements headed in. I'm going to send Kevin back here to help the things in the woods against some of these reinforcements. Hopefully I'm not getting anybody killed again, because I seem to be pretty good at that. Go ahead and use that heal there. I do have a summon unit. Let's go ahead and summon that back here, and then let's turn these spiders around and get ready to meet the incoming threat. And then I'm going to take my archers and turn around as well. And I'll leave the Akshina ambushers facing forward. So, ooh, wow, Kevin is... Where did Kevin end up? Okay, no, he did get back here. He's fighting. Okay, okay. Let's... Yeah, there we go. We can go ahead and send some units back after the Great Unclean One. Charge here, charge here, charge here, and let's bring our Hag Witch over to help a little bit. Alright, there we go. So, trying to manage the fight. I'm not the best at going through micromanagement. I will do what I can here. Kevin is such a beast in these fights. Like, literally. Oh man, I thought I took out that artillery earlier, but I didn't, and it's still kind of pooping on me, unfortunately. I can move up my Akshina ambushers and get that artillery, and then I'll kind of tune my guns in there. There we go. Alright, so the Akshina ambushers will get rid of that artillery. We took out the reinforcements that came up behind us. See, this is a fun battle. This one's set up well. It's a good time. And that is going to be victory. So we have passed the test here to get the Coven curse mark. And a very flexible army. A lot of speed. Good range damage. Some tanky single entities. Definitely a fun army to control here. But thank you again, Greeniful. You're fantastic. Best of luck to you in all the teaching. That is absolutely great. And then Assassins was replying in the last video. Someone had mentioned how it'd be so cool if the spiders could climb up the walls to attack people, and he said spider up the walls would be the most terrifying thing defenders could see and would add to the immersion of the woods, or angry at you type thing. He says, I get it when stuff like spiders like the Riders or the Ragnarok spiders can't climb walls because they're carrying stuff on their backs, but the others, it doesn't make much sense. Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect point. That's something, honestly, that CA could probably pretty easily add to the game. And I think it'd be cool if they would add that going forward. Definitely would have been neat to have it here to begin with, but it is what it is. Alright, we got the Coven's Curse Mark, which allows me to slow down enemy armies and really hurt their magic. So definitely going to be good there. So we got the Coven's Curse Mark completed, and we need to spend 130 more Spirit Essence to unlock the Jinxed Land. So we're going to have to try and unlock that next. So we'll need to continue to spend our Spirit Essence. We picked up some new stuff here in terms of the trinkets that we can make, and apparently I didn't do these well. Okay, yeah, I didn't see that one available to me. So this one is like a spell thing, which makes them get worse the more spells they cast. So that'd be a really good one to use against Zage, to be honest. There we go. So we got some new trinkets. And our army should be still good enough shape to go over here and challenge Morathi. So let's do that. It says that we're going to take medium casualties. I don't think so. No. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, we'll fight this battle too. Francesco, thanks for being a channel supporter for such a long time. He says, all hail Kevin in his glory. Says, love me some Kislev in this longer episode. Also, has anyone noticed how inaccurate missiles are from Mother Ostankya and her hag? They do seem a little inaccurate, but to be fair, when they hit, they do a lot of damage. So it might be somewhat intentional from CA's point to not make them all be pinpoint accurate. I'm not sure, though. But yeah, good point. Twisted Thor, which I think is Trantor, says, then we have Kevin on top of all that. Imagine that version of Home Alone. Oof. Yeah. If the incarnate elemental of beast is the kid at home, the burglars break in, and instead of finding like a cute house full of booby traps, it's just a gigantic bloodthirsty beast who immediately scratches their face off and leaves them dead. So yeah, that's the Home Alone that we all needed. We just didn't get it. So I mean, come on, Hollywood, give us a break. No, give us the content we're looking for. All right, I started the Akshina ambushers up closer to the action. I'm going to bring the spiders in to action rather quickly here, too. I think we can hopefully catch those Dark Rider. Oh, I see some shades. I'm going to go for the shades. Oh, yeah, we got lots of stuff back here. More shades. Okay, leave the Dark Riders. Go for the shades. Yeah, I'm going to make a run for the shades, and then I'm going to take these spiders. We got into some Dark Riders over here. What is this unit? Yeah, Dark Rider. And then there's some shades right behind them. That's not good. We need to push through to those shades. My other spider got berserked. That's not great. Alright, let's send Kevin up here to come help start busting up infantry groups. Where did Morathi? Morathi ended up over here. Let's go tag team her. And then I'll bring this unit up there. Let's push some stuff over here. Send the thing in the woods over there. Alright, some of my spiders ended up in a pretty tough position. Others are being quite successful. The spiders are very good. And as I get to upgrade them later on with like the kind of cool special poison contact effect, they get to be really good. So I definitely like the way the spiders turn out a little bit later on. Let's debuff Morathi because she debuffs us. So that might be a good way to help pull her down a little faster. We'll drop a little bit of heals there, and let's send Kevin screaming back here into this fight because he just busted that one up front. And yeah, even though the Druki have these spears, it's not to say that they won't do you some damage. They will, but the spears also kind of struggle in the sense that they don't have armor piercing, and the spiders are fairly well armored. Like they come with 90 armor. Like it's not amazing, but it's pretty solid. Like that's some good armor. Boy, Morathi is putting up all kinds of a fight back here. And she should. If she has her debuffs and stuff, I mean, she's tough to take down. Like, Morathi is definitely a tough character. She's my favorite lord for the Dark Elves in terms of just, like, good fun and versatility. Look at this over here, the Voidenov's Brawlers. I'm going to actually send them over here in a melee. These guys actually can punch you in the face as well as they can shoot you from range, so they got no problem getting up close and personal. Look at that. They're, like, using the... Like, they wield their axe up and then shoot the gun and then chop the people. That's amazing. Yeah, look at that. The Brawlers having no problem ripping their way through that weak sword. That's always fun to see. Alright, we are going to get ourselves a victory. It's just a little bit slow in the making because I'm kind of busy looking at some stuff. And Morathi was hard to kill. There we go. We got it done. Get another heal there real quick. I believe Morathi's healing too. So... good battle there. Solid victory for us. Pyrrhic Strategos, thanks for being such a long-time channel member. He says, at 1617, Air says, Morathi wanted money from me. And then Mother Ostankya says, how about you give me your money, you skank, and I hate your hairdo. As she proceeds to beat her down, chase off Morathi, and then beat on her some more. That's right, we stole her lunch money, too, while we were at it. So Mother Ostankya is the true mean mom in town. Morathi has to move over. She's got competition. So... yeah, competition indeed. And then Barbarians Are Us, thanks also for being a long-time channel member. He says, Mother Ostankya's unbreakable ability is just Alzheimer's. Mama gonna open up a can of... wait, who am I? That's right. 1 minute she's kicking your butt, the next minute she forgets why, and then has to start all over again. So, there we go. She also hates it whenever the Druki get on her lawn. Like, really makes her mad. She's got those nice mushroom farms. The Druki are just always walking all over her lawn and ruining things, and she's just not here for it. Right, Petrified Forest. That gives me growth, so that's okay. And then we got the port there, which is good. We've got some upgrades finally we can run, because we're sitting on a lot of money, so let's upgrade the port, the defenses. We can put in our next building chain. We can't do like the traditional recruiting, but we can get more Akshina. We can also build a building for like getting more spiders and stuff like that. We do have that building which allows me to get some more spiders for the time being, and I'm not necessarily in a hurry for these bears and stuff, though I will get it. So I think I'm just going to build this one for the time being so that we can also get more Akshina ambushers to replace our Streltsy. The Akshina ambushers are just better in every way if you have the money to upkeep them. And so we will try to get said money for upkeep. Let's see, we've already done this for this turn. I do have the Coven Curse Mark. We have a lot of Spirit Essence. The Coven Curse Mark only works when there's an enemy army in your territory, so I cannot use it at the moment, unfortunately. And if I look at this, I mean, I can use it on this territory again, even though I don't need to. But, I mean, we kind of might as well, because we need to spend that in order to get to the next level. So I don't really see a point in waiting unless you just know that you're going to have a really good scenario to use it in the next turn. So, yeah. Let's see, we get a Potion of Toughness here for Mother Knows Best. And some of these other ones are quite good, though. Like the Hag Witch causes, I mean, gets like way more weapon strength and charge bonus. I mean, that's a big deal right there. That is a big improvement. And it causes terror, too. Dang, that is good. I love me some healing. I do. And magical attacks for the Accompanying Lord, but I think that she already has magic attacks. Stock and vigor loss reduction for all those units. That is also pretty cool, like putting stock on all those units. Dang, yeah, that is pretty sweet. Man, there's a couple of good ones here. Dang, that's tough. I guess we can always turn on my respec mod eventually, but I mean, like, that one is kind of hard to turn down too, because having terror and like all that extra weapon strength is going to make her a boss up against infantry blobs. I think I'm going to do that one. That's going to be pretty fun. Then we've got access to Arcane Conduit now, and then we've got the Curse of Honor Air that we can start to open up. And then let's go back over to Mother Ostankya. Yeah, she does not have magic attacks. Huh? I didn't know that. Let's see what her special abilities are. So we can get the Spirit Bear, which causes some damage, and then the Coven's Will, which drops the Spirit Essence cost for hexes. Others Rally, that's okay. That's not very exciting. Forest Lure, so we get charge bonus when we're in our own territory. Melee attack when we're in our own territory. Okay, so that's supposed to like represent that we're protecting the forest. We get extra winds of magic and a cooldown to the Goulius ability, which she can use to do a little bit of healing and stuff like that. And then attack causes Curse of Honor. Oh my gosh, so when she attacks, it basically does like a bound Curse of Honor Air. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's definitely a neat ability. The other thing we could do is start improving her magic, but we already have a lot of this magic with the other ones, so we should probably just go for her special abilities here. So I'm going to do this Inspiring Chant, Forest Lure, and then Folklore. I feel like those are all really good ones. These other ones were a little less exciting. But there we go. So Mother Ostankya just got a serious upgrade right there. We're going to finish the Replenish Troops. Let's open up Icon of Strength, and then we can do Impassioned to make for some better melee defense. And let's see, Petrified Forest. Okay, that's good. And let's go ahead and go to the next turn. No more moves or anything else to do. Yeah, thank you all for the comments. I said this on my other video, I think. Maybe I said it here, I don't remember. But you all are amazing. I have the best community in all of YouTube. And I stand by that. It's a true statement. You are absolutely fantastic. So thanks for all the comments, constant support, kind words, just being great, right? Not being all toxic all the time and stuff like that. So you're absolutely fantastic. One of the other funny comments here was from Daniel Harvey, who said Doomflock, which is basically flap and squawk until it's done. Dang straight. So yeah, good comments here. Definitely good comments. Oh man, I feel like I've answered some of these comments, but at the same, or maybe I answered them. Oh, I answered them in a, I typed back to them. I didn't cover them on screen. Okay, that's right. Because I was like, man, I feel like I've answered these, but I was like, how could I have? We have a, with your promise secured, we can safely investigate the threat. Ensure the following building has been constructed: a frozen outpost. Quest issued. Win the battle, the Crown of Claws. So this battle we can fight and then get the Crown of Claws here, which gives her really good missile resistance, which would be quite handy. Spell resistance. So, alright. We will try and fight for the Crown of Claws. In fact, we could probably try and do that on this episode. Should be able to do it right now, I guess, technically, if we want. Yeah, I think we can go fight for it real quick. Hopefully it's not, like, super hard, or else I might find myself in trouble. Let's go ahead and go to the objectives and fight for the Crown of Claws. Here we go. Let's teleport. What is this here? Passive Banner of Prague. Immune to Psych if hit points are less than 50%. That would probably be good to throw on like some of my Akshina. And let's see what we are up against. We're up against Druki with bears, so this might be like Rakarth here. These are like beast masters, so that's why they have all the beast. Oh my gosh, they got Tyrannosaurus. All right, let's go ahead and fight this. See how it goes down. This could be tough, man. If we end up against a bunch of dinosaurs or something. See if I can get to a few more of your comments here. Some of you I responded to, so I'll try and get to the comments that I didn't actually get to respond to in writing, which I did some of here. Let's see, Nectarboro says, watching work has its perks. First, because I guess he got to the video first, says, all I can say about the price of the DLC is this. If you charge a premium price, then you have to provide a premium product. From the little I have seen of the DLC, it does not seem to match the price for a few new units or lords that would soothe the sting. And I think that a lot of people probably feel the same way. When they compare it to the past ones, they feel like it's pretty close to the same thing. And that's, I think, why they get frustrated whenever it gets there. Oh, sorry, I tabbed out for a second, so she quit talking.
They may cower behind their beast of burden, but they must never enter that cave.
There's a lot of dangerous enemies here on this battlefield.
Spirit realm with you, creatures. I will send your masters into the dirt. Then at the last, the cave's guardian to slay. Fire up, my cauldron daughters.
Okay, I think I'm going to do things a little bit different with my deployment here. Okay, so the enemy's deployed in 3 things. I'm actually going to deploy completely to one of their flanks and force them to run across the battlefield to me. Get my face out of that giant icicle up there. Alright, I'm going to put my Cassars up front. That huge icicle on the top of the screen is making it hard for me to control the camera over here, so let me move over here. I'm going to put these units in the second line. I don't know why it's... I'm going to have to just, like, deploy and then fix this here in a minute. I'll stick Kevin up here. Like, it won't let me deploy units. There's a whole bunch of locked out areas. And we'll just kind of deploy the spiders back here and we'll get up there with them. It's not going to be that big a deal. Alright, we got all our units over here, that's fine. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Let's get these units to move up, take a strong position here, and then I have to put these first 2 like that, and then we can pick up the rest of those ambushers. Let's get all these units into a defensive stance. Let's push our leaders forward. Let's push Kevin up. Let's get our things. Spiders at the ready. Okay. Alright, so we got inbound. They got giant spiders coming towards me too. Let's go intercept their Beastmaster here. And Thing in the Woods. Intercept those. Oh man, Kevin took a big old chunk out of that master. That's what Kevin does best, folks. Gets up close and personal. Alright, now my missiles should be able to just sit back and mow down our enemies here with relative ease. And that is definitely intended. I'm going to let my Winds of Magic build up a little. And let's see, where is this guy as far as heals? I want to get this guy over closer to Kevin before I drop those heals. There we go. Now Kevin can pick up a little bit. Oh my gosh, he got murdered by my missiles. He was doing pretty good. And then the missiles got like a clean shot out of him. Boy, that was the end of that. Oh yeah, look at that dino get murdered too. All we gotta do is just kind of move around a little and just kind of keep their guys in the line of fire for my missiles, and we will mow down all these big critters, because we have a ton of missile damage capability. So I'm actually just gonna kind of move around a little. I'll leave Kevin here to fight some of that. But oh yeah, we are doing great over here. Like, we are just cutting down. Oh yeah, dang, hang on, let's bring these guys back over. We're a little bit out of position with our things in the woods. I don't want to lose those. These bears are a little bit troublesome. I was worried they might come right into my archer line. No, get out of that combat. Come on, come on. Get out of there. Bad things, bad. We're definitely getting a fight over here. Debuff this T-Rex. I know it's kind of running away at the moment, but oh my gosh, man, I cannot get these things to disengage. They're just like determined to stay out there and die. All right, Kevin, yeah, that's very bold of you, but the wrong direction. There we go. We have this bear breath thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it because we're stuck in combat. I'm going to continue to try and keep everybody close, support with the heals. So I'm trying to bring that up. We do have a summon I can throw in here. Did my other thing in the woods like finally retreat? Yes. Okay. I'm just going to stay behind my archer line at this point. I feel like we're doing quite good. We do need to... It says routing the master. The Wormbot will cause reinforcements to flee. So they're all walking towards me, so we'll be able to get it done. Kevin, hey, dude. I know you want to scratch faces off, and I really want you to do that, but I need you to stay close to the Patriarch here, so that I can give you some good heals here. You need to hear the lullabies. Okay, Kevin is really getting quite a bit of unwanted attention here, so those heals are pretty important, because he's a big target and he doesn't actually have a ton of armor. Oof, so like right there where those crossbows focus on him, it hurts. Alright, they do have a mammoth headed my way. I'm actually going to pull Kevin out just for safety's sake, so let's start walking him out of that. Oh my gosh, look what my skirmishers are doing to these guys. My skirmishers are absolutely murdering. Kevin just keeps taking a ton of damage. I think there's some friendly fire involved, but he's also getting shot at by inbound like crossbows and stuff. And he just doesn't, he's too big of a target and has a lot of potential to get hurt, so. Alright, so I'm doing all the heals I can. Yeah, look at the damage that we can pump in with all these units. So this is great. Alright. So their units are all turning tail except for the Frostworm here. And honestly, the Frostworm, we're kind of wasting our time getting up in its face. Yeah, there we go. My Akshina ambushers just took a huge chunk out of it. I was going to say, we need to just clear out and let the Akshina ambushers do their magic there. Come on, get over here. I can't get my guys to move because that routing bear unit has them stuck. See, they're stuck on a bear right there. There we go. They're still stuck on a bear. What? Oh, he got hit by a Tormentor Sword. I was like, why won't my guy move? They all got hit by a Tormentor Sword. That was actually a pretty good call by the AI there, using that Tormentor Sword. Every now and then the AI surprises you a little, just a little bit. Alright, get him. There we go. We killed that filthy Beastmaster. That is going to be a success, so we absolutely... That could be a tough battle if you didn't have the right skirmishers, but we had some brutally capable skirmishers. I didn't have to use my spiders. If y'all notice there, it's kind of stupid. If you don't want to play this way, I get it, because it's not very immersive, but just efficiency-wise, using your single entities to body block the enemies, while your Kassars are the front line and the Akshina are the second, it just allows your guys to just pump damage into the fight. And that's exactly what happened. My ranged units were just absolutely pouring in the damage from range. And I'll show you all the stats on them. Like, you'll be able to tell pretty quick how effective they were. So like, look at that, 4,900 gold value, 2,579, 1,384, 722. And then look at even these cheap units, 1,344, 1200 basically, 1123, 945. Like, I mean, that is incredible value. I mean, just really good value. So definitely can't be upset with that. So let's go ahead and replenish our army. We now have the crown. It's pretty exciting. And we also unlocked the Mordheim Beowulfs thing in the woods. That's exciting too. So we picked up a Warbear for our Patriarch, and then the Crown of Claws is ours. So a lot more missile resistance for Mother Ostankya, which is certainly something that could be a weakness for her, but it is not now. And I'm going to get rid of one of my standard Cassars and pull in that Beowulfs unit. And then let's recruit that, and then again, I'm going to get rid of... I could get rid of a Spider, but honestly, I really like all this mobility. At the same time, like, we need plenty of range, but I feel like let's replace one of these Cassars with that other Regiment of Renown that we had there, which is the Watchman in the Night. This is a really good unit. So let's throw them in there too. So we're going to recruit that. And that leaves us in pretty good shape to end the episode. We took a settlement off Morathi. We completed 2 battles. We picked up the Coven's Curse Mark. I can go ahead and end one more turn, and we'll take one more settlement to end this one, just so that we get a little bit more success all rolled into a single episode here. Let's finish up Reassuring Presence for Mother Ostankya, because we spent her other points up there. We got one more point in there, my bad. And let's put that on Fervent, and then let's go over here and Curse of Honor Air, and let's do finish up Impassioned, and then we'll do one of Wild-Eyed. Alright. Building upgrades available. Let's take care of those. So this is up at the city of Kintex. I want to put in the Obsidian Quarry, and then hopefully we can continue to get some trade income. It'll be really helpful. Let's see, we got a lot of different trinkets we can make now too. A lot of these are available, so this one's a good one that makes my units have more mass and a harder charge bonus. Like, that would be a really good buff for Kevin, for instance. And then we can make one of these here, which adds extra attack and flaming damage and stuff, so they're cool. And so we're starting to get a little bit of variety in the blessings and curses we can make there in the Witch's Hut, which is cool. And again, that's spending Spirit Essence every turn. That kind of just helps us inch ourselves closer towards our objectives. I feel like we are in a really solid place in this campaign. We got Morathi underneath our foot, and there's not much she's going to be able to do about it. And that's the way we wanted it here. Chris says, you know, sometimes it's nice to see air fighting a battle that looks more like what mine usually does, a total mess. Hey, it happens to all of us, and it especially happens to me. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, then you know darn well that I have those moments. And yeah, I screwed up on the last one. Obviously, you know, you can save scum and, you know, not lose your lords, and that's fine, like, if that's what you want to do. And I do that sometimes. But in this case, you know, it's just like, you know, it's a mistake I made. It'll make it more fun if I kind of have to live with the mistake, and so, you know, that's why I just left it at that and went ahead and moved along. Alright, we get wine resource orchards, and we can build defenses there too, and then we can start building these up. I'm actually going to build this fences here, and then if I take Iron Spike, I think I will take it, and I think there's probably some Skaven over here that we need to get rid of, so I'll go deal with them and see if we can kind of just shore up this area of the map. So this one gives speed, strider, and devastating flanker, and this would be really nice on our spiders or things in the woods, so let's go ahead and create that. And then that leaves us with this other hex over here, which is a chain hex that starts spreading, that does damage, so another really cool one there. So, getting some nice hexes. We do have unassigned skill points. It's going to go to our Patriarch. We can get Blessing Disc there. And we do have buildings available. Bleak Coast, we got a building available. Oh, we're going to open up some new recruitments so we can get things in the woods, and we can also recruit other hag witches, so good deal there. We got a commandment available to us, somebody this control, and then dropping the campaign movement range for enemy armies. Let's end one more turn. I'll take that last settlement off the Druki, Morathi's Druki, and that should be a good ending point for this episode. Finished wiping out Morathi. completed those mission battles that we needed to, picked up a unique item, a legendary item, and we continue to build up our settlements. The sisters, I think, would be a fun ally for us because they also protect the forest, and we hate it when people do the wrong thing to the forest. So I know this is going to seem weird, but I am going to give them the money because I think we should make friends with them, and it would be kind of an interesting coalition. So I will attempt to do that, and I think that would be kind of a fun, like, kind of like we're going to put together like a forest saving coalition here. So here we go. Let me go ahead and just auto-resolve this with 2. Morathi's back, but there's not much she can do about us. Occupy this territory. Yep, that's the end of her faction. So there you go, folks. We've taken Morathi out of the picture and had a good episode to boot. I do hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to do this one here, and then
justify means.
Upheaval of Earth gives us the Assault of Stone bound spell, which is pretty good against blobs. So there we go. I will see you all next time in the Mother Ostankya campaign. Heir of Stank, signing out.